take it out of space. Drop that bass in your face. Pick it back up, put it on the turntable, and drop that bass in your face. MCs wrapping it up with the tight production. Right off the rip, getting into something. Licking shots, triggering samples. Get the kettle on, I'm off the handle. Loud and rowdy, no further questions. Lighten up another kick-in session. Whoa! Got two jobs, blow up and blow speakers, make beats and get your artist featured. Stack up drums, 2 pairs of fresh kicks. How many lumps do you want for your first hit? Sarcastic magic, beats above average, make a mental note. Get your head examined, sample my voice, royalty free. But your fire ain't enough to boil me.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Ace. This is the Kicking It podcast. And before we even start, I want to announce that we have a special announcement tonight. Moving forward, this podcast is going to be hosted by myself, Chris, as you guys know him, and her agent just told me that I have to announce her moving forward for social media purposes and just brand expansion. Because we want to keep her contractor here and we don't want to lose her going forward, I am going to address Christina as Queen. So, Queen, how are you doing this evening?
Round of applause. I appreciate that introduction. Yes, I am doing good. Look at this. What a night.
Yeah,
Queen is in the building.
Oh my God, yes, I'm happy to be here. Bow down. But nah, what's good? What's good, everybody? I hope everybody had a good week. I have had a good past 7 days have been smooth, but you know, when you come back from vacation, going back to work is like it's hard as hell. But Chris, how was your week?
Man, mine was peaceful, not a whole lot of excitement, not a whole lot of things going on, but it was peaceful. I'll take it.
What about you, Queen?
Not the emphasis. Mine was good. I came home for 2 days, really. The twins, my sister has twins, y'all know. So I got to see them graduate from 8th grade. It was a very small ceremony. I thought they was at least gonna kind of like walk across the stage or something. We can cheer. All I did was had them stand up in the row. And they said, well, at the end of the row, everybody can clap for that row. And then that was it.
That's crazy.
I was like, man, I came home. Don't get me wrong, I love the kids, right? They're my babies. But I was like, I came home for this.
Yeah, you could have caught that shit on Fire Stick.
Listen, like give me a live stream of it, but
something.
That's
at least
their graduation. That's what I thought. But
that was an expensive ticket.
Expensive because I could have went to Chicago for the same price that I paid for coming home, but
right.
And the airport is not a great airport. I had to leave out this morning from the airport. I was like, it's so congested and.
What you talking about, Lambert?
Yeah, I guess I don't remember it being like that because I haven't flown in and out of Lambert in years. So I usually drive if I have to come home for something, and that's just like every couple years. But
I mean, it depends
on
who
starting the renovation on it now.
Who are you flying?
Southwest. I had it Southwest.
Southwest is a separate
terminal. So you was in the second
yeah,
terminal.
And I didn't know that. So like, I was on the little shuttle, and he was like, "Oh, I got to take you all the way around." Mind you, I'm like, I need to get to my flight.
Right, pushing it. Like, I do the same thing. Like, I showed up literally an hour before my flight took off to Lambert. And,
I don't think I would have made it.
Yeah, I don't know. I have that bad. My homegirl in Dallas was telling me you had that really bad. I don't know. I feel like an hour would be enough time.
So it depends on where you at. Because if you do Love Field out of Dallas, which is only Southwest, I'm an hour type situation. Like I'll just be parking at the parking lot to get picked up from the shuttle an hour out, and I still make it. I haven't had a time where I didn't make it. But now DFWs, sometimes you can't really play around with them.
Hold on, before I hate to cut you off, but the one thing that I want to focus on is us being a cohesive unit. We So, Chris, for you, when we're talking about getting through things, I know you've never been on a plane, so we want to.
Wow. That's
It's like
crazy.
it's like TSA and everything. Like so.
I haven't been lately, nigga, but I have been to the Caribbean. Nigga, I've been to Hawaii. Goddamn me.
No, you was a little too quiet. I had to get you. It was
Chris, one of
too.
them
I
friends you leave at TSA line. You ain't got TSA pre-check. All right, I'm gonna see you on the
nah.
side.
You know, I thought that's what I need to get. I want to get TSA pre-check. They just breeze on through. Just,
Yeah, you might as well get your passport, TSA pre-check, and global entry because it's cheap. I would say cheaper, but it's a better bundle deal to get all that at the same time than
doing it
individual.
all
Yeah,
separate.
because my
Yeah.
TSA is expiring a couple months, and so I'm gonna just go ahead and get the global entry all in one thing.
Oh,
And
they
if
take
you
Apple.
have,
They
I
take
don't know
Apple Pay.
about that, but I know if you got like Amex or something like that, they give you like a $200 credit. You ain't paying like
Dang.
$50. You just over there eating.
No, like I bought this in Dallas and I forgot I had it. My
Man,
book
I
Like
brought
bag.
back
grandma's
Man,
so
cookies.
many chips
man, it's
from
so
home.
soft still. Paul. But I'm just saying it's soft. Like man, I'm about to pass it. I'm not even gonna
Absolutely.
sit here and count.
I brought
But
back some
no.
real high Ripley stuff from home.
Oh, of course, that's without question. Like
That's
you have
standard,
to.
right?
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know, like in college, man, I remember people from Chicago love them chips. Every time I come back, they'd be like, "Hey, man, you bring some of them
Get
chips
some
back?"
chips.
No, like, nah, you ain't about to be. And I used to go to Sam's. I used to go to Sam's and get the big box.
Big box. You had
You
50
know,
bags.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
You could sell them on Kent. Man, I used to do that all the
You low
time.
key could, but man, that's too much of a hassle. I didn't want nobody buy. Like they was literally once they tried them, I didn't meet nobody who said, "Oh, I don't like these."
Yeah.
Everybody was on them, so
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
happy that they still prevalent. And if you all haven't had the sauce or the seasoning,
I definitely had some in my cabinet for a while.
the sauce is fire.
Got me some vest
So,
sodas. Brought a couple of those home too.
oh, okay,
Nah,
yeah,
Black
I'm
you
cherry,
gotta
good.
get.
fruit punch.
Blue
Man, I
raspberry.
haven't
Come
seen
on
black
now.
cherry in a minute.
Really?
No, I have not. That's one of my top flavors, like black cherry, fruit punch, and grape.
Mm-hmm.
What about blue raspberry? Come on now.
Blue. Okay, so blue raspberry is if it's not in the top three, it's definitely that fourth one. I love a blue raspberry soda, even though there's no such thing as blue and raspberry. There's some artificial shit, but it tastes good as hell. It tastes like blue
Delicious.
raspberry.
Yeah.
Blue raspberry lemonade from Annie Ann's is the bomb. Shoot.
Listen.
What? They got blue raspberry?
What? Blue raspberry
Yep.
lemonade from Annie Ann's is
Oh,
like
the
top
blue
tier.
one. Okay. Okay. When I'm
Yeah.
thinking when you say blueberry, why did I get simply lemonade like blueberry lemonade? Because that shit purple. That's what first came to mind.
Have y'all had their breakfast sandwiches?
Cool.
They were.
Auntie Annie's.
I
Oh
never
no.
had breakfast sandwich.
Listen,
Me
they
either.
got breakfast sandwiches on the pretzel bun. When I tell you that thing so good, every
Hey,
time I
my
fly.
man, you know my fat ass looking it up. Oh man, it came right up. Oh man, that do look good. Man, on a pretzel,
Listen, on the
boy,
pretzel, that's what makes it hit.
a sausage and egg and cheese sandwich on a auntie aunt. Wow,
Get it
fuck
when it's
one of
hot.
them up
I
right
got one of them this morning on the way. That thing was so good. I had that mug on the way
man.
home this morning.
I'm gonna have
Yeah.
Oh
to check that
man,
out Saturday morning.
Yeah.
do
Tell
they
you.
wait? I wonder if that's only at the airport though, because I've never
You
seen
know,
that. They don't open up early
they don't
enough
say they don't open. I don't know. Yeah,
to
maybe at
do
a
that.
mall, I would think if it's mall open up at
Nah,
what
they
9 or
open up
10.
whenever the mall
The
open up
mall
at
open
10.
at all.
I
Yeah.
would be
I
surprised.
think I
You
think
probably
only the airport then,
it
cause
sucked because
it's
you wanna
Southwest.
know what I had when I flew into DFW and it was soon as I got off I was like, let me look for it. And I looked to my right, it was right there, a TGI Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Haven't had it in a long I'm talking about I was so geeked. Like I had been drinking on the plane, I had been drinking tequila, but I
Mm.
didn't care. I had to get a strawberry Hennessy from Friday. That strawberry Hennessy be man, it'd be out of this world. It's just I wish I could have sat there for 2 hours, but I had already called my homegirl to pick me up. She was en route, and I was like, "Fuck, I would have sat here and went into like a little alcoholic coma because I love
Get
they
you some
drinks, man.
Jack Daniel ribs up in that bar.
Man, oh
Mhm.
man, don't man, why did you bring that up, man? I forgot the shit, man.
That's top
I
tier.
get
That was a time. Now ain't no TGI
man,
Friday.
I remember, man. It used to be one downtown. I literally
Oh, the one
had
downtown was.
yeah, it was right by the crib. I literally had a damn tab. I was in there every day for lunch when I was working from home, getting wasted. This was I'm talking about like you working from home before the pandemic though, because when the
Yeah.
pandemic hit, they shut down, and I don't think they opened back up.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't think they opened back up at the pandemic. Pandemic has taken so much shit out, but I do want to kind of tie that into it because, like title of the episode, I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but the world is literally on fire. So
Mhm.
before we start talking about how crazy this world is, we want to jump into the sneaker releases. And with this upcoming week, that being the 22nd, which is next Friday, the Nigel Brick After Bricks are dropping.
Mm.
Chris, I know you have a strong opinion on just collab Jordans, and you pretty much are on it. What do you think of this shoe?
A RoboCop. I will be trying to get them
Hmm.
at retail. I'm not gonna be paying, resale for them, but I'll try definitely to get them for box
Christina,
price.
Christina, I know you're not like a big fan of anything outside of you a fan of shoes, but you typically blue is your favorite color. I was wondering, like, what do you think of these? Is this something that you be even interested in?
I think these are clean. I'm not gonna lie to you. They real clean. If I were, I still buy different color shoes, but this would probably be a
Mm.
pair that I would buy. Honestly, I think that's very clean. Um, with them being the four, so yeah, that definitely could be a cop if it was in my size.
Well, while we had everybody kind of waiting and wondering, like, I wonder what Wallace is gonna do.
We
I
don't
think we
wonder.
pretty,
We don't
yeah,
wonder.
I think we
No.
pretty much know. It's a cop for me, without
Yeah.
question. I've been waiting on this shoe, and if nobody knows, the Fiery Fours are one of my favorite Jordans, and definitely a top five Jordan for me. Just that colorway. Um, Again, it looks similar to that. Of course, there's obvious differences, but anything along that color blocking, and then they throw the little cherry on top. Like I kind of find little things to love about a shoe. So that little Nike sign on the front, I know it's weird, but when I see that on a Jordan or like a Dunk, I'm like, yeah, that's the chef's kiss for me. So it will be a cop for me, and I'm more so. I won't say more so, but I am highly interested in the merch that comes along with it. I just don't know how to pull that off if I'm trying to get everything on trying on sneakers because you're not gonna hit back to back like on sneakers. You're gonna miss on something. I
Yeah.
mean, but I feel like it's possible just thinking of like kind of like it's one of those things you can't do a test run just to see. You have to like literally learn and as you do it doing a raffle. But yeah, I wonder if I can navigate. They put you in the queue to wait. I don't know if this is gonna be a raffle where they give you, the 10 minutes to log in, or it's going to be a strictly straight to cart, whoever hits. Because I don't know. The difference is like the raffle. I feel like they do that when they know more people are going to enter that particular shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, well, the I don't think the Brick by Bricks did that. I feel like when I put in for those, it was 5 minutes, and then I got them. So we'll see. I'm very interested in a lot of these clothes that they got. Simplistic, but overall dope. After that, we have the Jordan 12 Bloodline. Now, that particular shoe I have not seen in hand yet. Chris, have you seen them in hand?
Yeah. Yeah, we got them. I seen them.
How do they look?
They look real good. They look really
Eh,
nice. I can't even
Mm,
fake it. The quality is good. I mean, they look nice in hand. The way they feel is really nice. So yeah, it's a good
I
looking
feel
shoe.
like I just feel like with a black 12, you really can't go wrong. Like in
Right.
No.
anything, like you,
Hmm.
you really can't. Christina, what about you? Is that something you interested in?
I mean, it's nice. Just kind of remind me of a North Carolina pair that came out a while back, but like you said, black 12. Um, you just can't go wrong with it. It's nice. It's clean. It looks sleek. You can almost wear it anywhere. It's not too flashy. So I think 12s are always smooth though. Something you can get away with wearing
Yeah,
almost any time of the year. Also,
definitely. I would wholeheartedly agree with that.
but I will
Um,
say, if you wear them down here in Texas in the summertime, your feet gonna be hot, hot.
I could only imagine that is yeah, basically baking bread in your shoes, basically.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a very weird time. Well, I won't say weird because they come out with any color anytime, but I would think, that would be a perfect like fall color because everybody would,
Hmm.
jump on it right away.
Mm.
Um, let me see what else. Really, I'm gonna be honest with you, shit. I'm looking at some of this stuff and I've seen it out at some JDs already. Like, and it's not even supposed to be out. Um, so one other shoe, it looks like there are actually a few that are coming out this particular weekend. So the Griffey Air Max One Fresh Water drops on it looks like it drops tomorrow, which is gonna be May 15th. So hopefully, if you're listening to this, it drops today probably. If you're listening to it on Friday, the first day it's available, then yes, the Nike Air Griffey Max One Fresh Water. That's the original colorway. The black, white, and turquoise colorway is going to be dropping. Um, I'm just kind of skimming through this. Chris, I know you're a big three aficionado. The Air Jordan World's Best Dad. I didn't know if you saw that colorway. It's like the kind of like the white, the off white with the brown and black with the red bottom. Is
Yeah,
that
so
something that you seen in hand?
yeah, we got them. I like them.
Okay. Was that
Yeah,
something that would you prefer catching on sale, or would that be something you would consider copping?
I would prefer to catch it on sale because of just the amount of threes that I do have.
Mhm.
But that being said, if I didn't have those threes that I have, I would definitely cop it. It's a good looking
Okay.
shoe. It's a really good looking shoe.
I definitely agree on that. Jumping to the next release, there is a pair of Air Jordan 3 Brazils that are coming out. Now, Christina, this is pretty much your colorway. Have you seen that
Hmm.
shoe?
Yeah, I've seen it, and yeah, it's,
It's wild.
I mean, it's one of them things to where that I feel like if you got that shit on, you can pull it off.
yeah, hundred
You
percent.
don't want, yeah, you don't want to be too matchy and nothing like that, you know. So I think it's one that, of course, I don't think it's going to sell out. Really, the only thing that we talked about so far that I think is going to sell out, honestly, is of course the brick by bricks. I'm sorry, the
Yeah,
brick
Yeah,
after bricks.
yeah.
And if the brick after bricks somehow set, even for an hour, I'd be done with this shoe shit because I know it's over. There's no chance of them remotely sitting any fucking where.
No.
And then just to wrap up, it looks like next week we are going to have and I'm gonna be honest with you, this may be the last Jot 3 that comes out. It's the Mitch Match Kool-Aid pack.
Mm.
I don't know if you've seen that, but yeah, the Kool-Aid pack comes out, and again, it's May 20th. I believe that's gonna be the last job, but unless something like super dope comes out, it's probably gonna be my last job. I think I have enough job threes for this cycle. I'm gonna move on to the four, see what they come out with that.
Yeah,
But
that'd
yes,
be interesting.
just wrapping up everything. It looks like pretty much yeah, that's pretty much it that we'll cover for this episode. A few more things that are dropping, but I feel like if you won't miss anything if you miss the release date because they will be probably easy to get. One final thing I did just notice that I do want to talk about real briefly is that have either one of you seen the Nike ST Charge? That's that shoe that Kay Cunningham has been wearing all year
Oh
that
yeah.
he's
I mean,
kind of
I've seen it.
introduced.
I didn't know the name of it, but I have seen it.
I really like that fucking shoe.
Really?
Yeah,
Let me
but
look it up.
it's a Asia exclusive for now. From when it first came out, it was listed as an Asia exclusive. They
So
weren't
is it his
releasing.
signature shoe or is it a
It's
shoe
not.
that he's
It's not
wearing?
his. It's not his signature. It's kind of like one of those shoes that he's been wearing. Kind of like
Okay.
how what was it? The Hyper Dunk. You know, you had a few players that debuted those, and they thought like, "Oh, damn, is that his shoe?" No, it's just gonna be one of those base models that he introduced. But no, it won't be his first signature. I'm gonna be honest with you. They should have saved that shit to be his first signature because that looks unique compared to any first signature shoe I've seen. It just stands out. I like that. Kyrie one was my top first signature shoe for anybody. That beats it by a mile. So
Yeah.
I
I
really
like that. I like the that it doesn't look like anything else in Nike's lineup.
right. That's the key. Like I
It
feel like
does.
that. Do you see it, Christina?
Yeah, I looked
I'm
it up.
sorry. Do you see it, Queen?
No, wait, I can't stand
Oh,
you. Yes, I looked it up. I do think it's a really nice shoe. It's definitely something unique that they brought out. So let's see how that goes.
all right. Well, let's go ahead and jump into a few things real quick. Let's talk about the one thing I do want to touch on is this kind of ties into just the world being so chaotic right now. The Nike sneaker app team had massive layoffs. They recently had a lot of jobs that were, I guess you can say, eliminated because they are quote unquote merging teams over there to make it what they say is more efficient, a more efficient experience for the users. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, Chris, I know that that's something in production meetings that you brought up, and I definitely wanted to talk about it. How do you feel hearing that about all the things that are going on in Nike in regards to that, the laying off on the sneaker scene?
Man, it's a bit confusing because they're saying that the bigger scope is that nothing is really changing. But I mean, if you lay off 90% of people that are working on a particular segment of your company, the sneakers app, you can lay off 90% of those people. Something is changing. So that just leads me to believe that ultimately, um, the sneaker app, I mean, all of the backlash that has gotten one, and then also, uh, um, what am I trying to say? Also, the backlash from the sneakers app, and then all of the stock of Nike being down. That
Yeah.
is just the storm is coming for Nike to just make some changes. I mean, they still have a huge lead on their second, competitor, which is Adidas. I mean, it's not like Nike is, about to fall into second place in the sneaker market, but I mean, their stock is down and sales are down and people are moving in a different way. And I mean, it's just a different climate right now.
I mean, Christina, kind of leaning on you from a numbers standpoint, do you think that this was more so attributed to their stock just falling, or would you say that this is possibly AI driven?
I think it's AI driven, because of where they did the layoffs. Um, because of 90% of that team, they're gonna see what can they automate, or they already have, they need a certain amount of money to automate things going forward. And granted, they already knew their stock was, going down, and then but you only lay off a certain department. You could have laid off certain levels throughout the whole company and, got that, but they knew exactly, because it's almost like, okay, we don't need you guys, right? If you don't need 90% of a department, there's something bigger there. It's not really to me, the stock per se.
Mm, like, I really don't know what to. I don't know what to think of it. I don't know. If, first, my heart goes out to everyone who lost their job and was affected by this. This isn't the type of economy you want to lose a job. I hope and pray that they got a decent severance so that way they are able to maintain until they get to their next step. So I definitely want to kind of stress that emphasis. The second thing that I feel like is on my totem pole is my algorithm gonna change? Because I be hitting on sneakers, so I don't want them to come in and fuck this up.
Hmm.
Just being honest, because sound like some fuck shit about to happen or
I mean,
start
I think
happening.
so, cause it's really just in tech. Earlier this year, they did some layoffs, and that was more so, I believe, geared towards stock changes and things like that, because it was under 1,000 employees at the beginning of the year, but usually around beginning of the year after Christmas. So some people do it right before Christmas, hard layoffs and, oh, everything bad, but then some will wait. Let people,
That's
they're give them their bonus, boom, you out the
right
door,
before
get into the
Christmas.
right. Yeah. And but it looks like Nike waited until January, beginning of the year. Because the other thing is you have to, from a numbers standpoint, you have to free up the budget for the next year before the end of the year. So if they can lay off X, Y amount of people and save $1 million, because of course the top of the line gotta get their bonus also, because that could be people's
Hmm.
salary instead of bringing money from XYZ and stock is still down. It's like, well, if we eliminate 1,000 jobs, that'll get such bonus, right? And normally, if the bonus cap for that year is a couple, let's say $5 million, you got the top probably taking 10%. And then next, by the time you even get to management or that level, it's only like 20% of that bonus money left that's being separated. But you got 10 people at the top that took 80% of it, right?
Right. I
That's
mean,
kind of how I think.
that kind of goes into just not only just thinking about the Nike cuts, and the reason I asked was it driven by AI because the same thing has kind of happened over at Disney in regards to Marvel. They released their entire animations team. I don't know if that's the correct team, but I know that there was a team that worked in animations who basically did their illustrations and things or costume designs. The FX department. A lot of those people were let go, and a lot of it is attributed to most of the shit we have the basis for a lot of these characters. Now we can just use AI to make the changes and things that we do, and it's scary. Like to think that a lot of these jobs that were considered white collar jobs, are just going to disappear. I mean, I see it in banking, the potential for AI. I see it in stores. When I go in stores, like the one thing is that would you rather have like an AI system that can directly help customers relay messages back, eh, or would you rather pay team that you got to train up? Some may stay, some may not stay.
Mhm.
I mean, it's kind of we're gonna see that something everywhere. I
Yeah,
mean, I'm surprised. Let me not bring it up or put it in there, but I'm surprised Walmart has not invested more money into AI. They always looking to cut the bottom line.
yeah.
Mhm.
But then, they moved to so many self-checkouts and things like that. They've cut, to me, enough employees, um, that,
But
and they want, so the other thing is with Walmart, they wanna keep their money within them, 'cause, like, they don't take Apple Pay, they don't take Tap,
right, right.
they don't take any of that. But they'll take a Walmart wallet, right? So they are making sure everything is staying within their space. And then I think the other thing is, like, if they start to implement AI, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna need tap to pay. I'm gonna need this, and then that budget of money to implement AI is gonna cost X Y amount of dollars, right? But they like to keep their money to themselves.
Well,
Mhm.
also I know that they kind of started the trend of stepping back from the automated tellers, from the self checkout. They've actually, and this has been a statement that has been put out, that they're actually having more cashiers be attentive to the customers. Because I'm be honest with you, if I go to self checkout, why the fuck do you need to scan my ticket when I'm leaving out? No, no, that's a HELL no. Like
Mm,
you could have rung me the fuck out if you want to
right.
know what I'm getting. Like nah, that's bullshit.
And
So
me as a person, I just, say no, thank you, and keep it walking. Cause what you gonna do? I already
Right,
paid for the stuff. This is not
right,
Sam's where I paid for a membership. I'm walking in Walmart grabbing something and
right.
leaving.
And
And
I
if you
grabbed three
chase
extra
me,
candy
I'm
bars.
suing. You know,
I
like,
grabbed three extra candy bars that I didn't
but
pay
you don't
for,
know
but
that,
that's my
right? Like
business.
they don't
Right,
know
that's
that.
my business.
Yeah.
You know, shit.
It ain't like I grabbed a TV, you know.
Right. I rung
Mm.
a DVD up as a piece of gum. Like, shit, what? But that's
DVD.
my a DVD. Yeah, Walmart one of the last places that still sell DVDs.
They do.
I'm just saying. Shit, you still got a DVD player?
Man, I got my Xbox and my PlayStation. Yeah, they still play
Oh, okay.
DVDs.
You right. I ain't a gamer,
And I'm
so
like, yeah, and I'll be honest with you, should you get ultra a 4K ultra Blu-ray disc, and you have like the right TV, most of the time the picture better than what you can get streaming. I
Mhm.
mean,
Yeah.
like if you got
you.
a surround sound system, like I'm talking about, like you got a theater, the 4K DVD is going to give you a better experience overall, especially if you got the surround sound speakers. It's almost like with the technology they got now for like in-house studios, man, it should be just like you at the movies for free.
No, I believe that. I just boxed up all my freaking DVD players. That's all.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's crazy because in today's world, if I didn't have video games, I don't think I would go buy a DVD player.
Right.
Like,
Right.
who goes and buy a DVD player? They, I, I'm curious as to see when's the last time you've been in a Walmart, and I frequent Walmart and Target's like electronic department. I can't even tell you remember seeing even a Blu-ray DVD player. Maybe
Mm.
I've maybe seen a couple, maybe at Target, but they were like, doing back to school, like maybe a kid wants a DVD player or something for his dorm or something, and yeah, you- I don't see him. So
Nah, I can't remember the last time I fired a DVD player up. Like I said, I took all mine out and put them
yeah,
away.
right. It's just no reason. Like you at this point, you either have, like I said, you're either a gamer or you've already migrated to streaming. What's the
Mhm.
what's the point of me paying, for a DVD player, but then I still gotta go buy the motherfucking like the disc and stuff to what? No, it just
Right.
doesn't make any sense at all. But I digress. I definitely still, yes, partake in DVDs, Chris. But
All good.
how? But speaking of, partaking in DVDs and just how much the world has changed, we mentioned COVID early in the beginning of the episode, and just in terms of how COVID kind of changed the world and a lot of things shut down. Some of your favorite restaurants may have shut down. Some of your favorite small businesses may have went out of business. Hell, even big businesses went out. But looking back on that now, it was what, 6 years ago, and I can honestly say that really, outside of the lockdown, us just being in the house for, a couple 2 months, it really wasn't as bad, minus people dying. People dying, like, let's take that out the equation.
Yeah.
But shit was seem simpler back then. I don't know what it was, cause now it's so much. I'm so overstimulated. It's so much shit going on. Like, you can't find there's nothing peaceful about this world right now.
No.
Nah.
Nothing.
No.
Everything is intertwined and it's fucked up.
Yep.
I don't
Yes.
know if and again, I don't know if that's just me thinking too much on it or, like actually connecting dots like a crazy person locked in a room who trying to find a conspiracy theory. I don't know, but it's just I
I
really don't know
think
what to say.
even with this country and where we're at, the other thing is they would rather everything burn down instead of like fix it. The president we have, people would just rather everybody come, because it's all this party against this party as far as Democrats. But they like we gonna let this all burn down. We all gonna go down before we decide to fix, impeach, or do anything to make any changes. I think that's what's making everything even more chaotic, right? And people are saying, "Oh, why didn't I sign up for this when I voted for such and such, such and such?" Well, you did. You just didn't think it was gonna happen. You didn't think it was gonna affect you as a person, right? And I think that's the other thing. It's just COVID, and then not even COVID. What's the new strain of like
That hantavirus, yeah,
yeah, that now we back in the same boat. It seems like start slowly getting there. That's year coming back to us. So
I
Yeah,
don't
man.
from a political standpoint, yeah, all like the political shit is so fucked up. I really don't even want to go into it because every show is affected or talks about that. Like it's
hmm
just the, again, they're getting away with so much because to me, I was just thinking about this. They found a way to distract every segment of the population to like not focus on the bullshit that they doing, the stuff that they getting rid of. Like, all right,
hmm
you got his most of his supporters who are, distracted by the war. They're so gun ho on, he's doing the right thing. Like we don't want, to be attacked or anything. We don't care about the gas prices, this, that, and other. So he got them focused on that shit. I
hmm
mean, then you got Hispanics like worrying about, damn, is this gonna be potentially my last day in the country? You got them worrying about getting deported, all this shit of just being wrongfully accused of being illegal.
hmm
They worried about that. And then you got with us, with black people, I mean, we focused on like whether, what's her name that her degrees with Cheyenne what's the therapist that they
Cheyenne
talking about?
Bryant,
Yeah.
Dr.
Like we
Cheyenne
are
Bryant.
like we
This
distracted by
lady ain't got a
that.
dissertation out there nowhere.
We
But
distracted
she
by
speaks
that
well.
shit. And then on top of that, what else are we distracted by? Before like what 2 weeks ago it was Clint. I mean it was Megan and Clay. I said Clint, but it was Megan and Clay. I mean they know with us we got a short attention span. They gotta spend some shit.
Not Cardi B
So
and Stefan back together and arguing
hmm
in
we
public.
right. We just so they know I guess they figure love and hip hop was in this, so we gotta come up with some new shit.
Yes,
Like
hmm
sir.
we are so easily distracted and just get
But I
drunk. Like
think the
it
other thing
literally
with
divides the
us,
fuck out of us.
I think the other thing with us is that one, we joke about like the things that going, but we're
Too
so
much.
used to trauma that we joke about it and we like, bro, we know that like people panicking like, oh, I can't afford food or whatever, whatever. People like, man, I guess I gotta go back to sandwiches, bread. You know what I mean? Like what people like, we used to this. We understand
Yeah.
this. We've survived so much stuff that in our mind we're not panicking because we already panicked. We already had the anxiety. We already done built up for
We
this
have it
where
every
everybody
day.
else.
We
Right.
live it.
Every day. Every day.
Just like the HBCUs, um, and Trump taking away funding from all these colleges and stuff, and HBCUs like it's just status quo. We just going on as normal because we never got it. You
hmm
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Shit. And
All of the funding and all of the back end money and all of the this and that, we never got it. So I mean, we just doing what we've always done. And as black people, we're doing what we always done. We just are a resourceful people. And okay, we got to eat ramen a couple more times this week. Then that's what it's gonna be.
Yep.
yeah, I mean it's again, I will wholeheartedly agree on that. Christina kind of bringing that to the forefront because we really have been through a lot. I think that grace needs to be extended um on that front. So yes, because I mean I don't feel stressed about or fearful of any of the things that are going on. It's more so just it's too much, it's too loud. It's like there's no positivity in the world. Like even when it comes to dating, like all the shit, your opinion on like how what side you fall on may turn that person on or off. They don't want to hear your side of it. You don't want to. A lot of times I don't even want to guess. I just like, oh, I don't really give a fuck about that shit. Like I don't care. Like I don't. No,
hmm
like what? I don't care what it is. I just nope, not going. You're not gonna debate me about my opinion. No,
Hmm.
Right.
I just uh there's so much shit going on. Where is that? You can't even turn the TV on.
No. I watched the news the other day by accident. I think I was watching like a show or something and I got YouTube TV and the news
Hmm.
came on, right? And I left it on because I wasn't paying attention, but you hear stuff in the background. And I'm hearing, I'm like, I ain't hear not a thing positive the whole time that it was on. I said, I don't see how our grandparents used to sit and watch this stuff. But I understand that was the only way they can get to, knowledge and everything. But I'm like, it was nothing positive that I had heard in like that 15 minutes of hearing the news, and I was like,
You
I
you
can't, I
you
can't
you
watch the
didn't miss the
news.
little 3-minute segment where they have like some little kid who they take and he get to go see his favorite like local sports players and meet them, and they
Listen,
always
I
have
ain't
like
even
a
make
little
it that
fluff
far.
piece.
I ain't even
Yeah,
make it that far. Everything was negative. And I was like, yeah, I gotta turn this off.
or
Yeah,
former
that's typically
crackhead
how it
mom
is.
turns her life around, gets a job, and wins custody back of her son, like some shit like that. It's
I don't tell
it's
people to
normally
watch news.
I mean,
I t-
I watch it. I
I
mean,
do.
yeah, I mean,
Chris, you old.
In
You in that age. You
in the
supposed to
morning,
be
I'm young at
your
heart.
them old folks that turn it on. Little
I do it
background noise,
in
go
the
to sleep to
morning.
it.
In the morning, I turn the news on just to have it on. Weather, traffic, and a lot of bad news. You're right. Somebody got shot over here. Somebody got shot over
yeah,
there.
like I
Somebody
don't want to
got
hear that starting my morning off.
they car stolen over there. I'm like, but that's what it is.
Local man was shot in his driveway by two local henchmen. Henchmen are still at large.
Henchmen
Henchmen are still at large in this particular neighborhood. Do not approach if you proceed with caution. How's that
considered
traffic,
armed and
Bob?
dangerous.
How's that traffic, Bob? Like, what the fuck? Like, no. Just go put that picture on the thing so I can know to
Right.
look out for.
And then be
I'm
blocking
like,
out people's faces that done did it.
right. They
How we
already
supposed to help you?
did it. I figure what else ain't gonna like we probably already know who done this shit. Like I got two friends who if one don't know the other one know, they got the whole St. Louis area covered. And
Hell
it's
yeah.
like by that time, you done got the whole story before the cops get it. Like it yeah. I know.
But you see, we talk about the tragic, but we make humor out of it
Yeah, it's
every
just
Oh, we
time.
do.
I find myself at times where it's a tragic post or something on Facebook or something. I mean, I have a joke, and I always think it's not time yet. It's not.
Too soon.
Maybe recircle in a week. And the joke is, I know it's gonna hit, but then again, I could get hit. So I don't know. I don't know, man. There's a fine line between kind of walking that line. But yes, I'm sure if I thought it, I know somebody else thought it. Like
Yeah.
if somebody posts, a picture, I miss my grandma, and then they post a picture, and you're like, "Ooh, why she wear that wig?" Like, nah, I ain't trying to be funny. I was just asking. Like, like she ain't had no other choices. And so, like, I throw a like on it. That's how Granny had to choose from. I mean, I throw. It ain't her fault. Her kids didn't take care of the way she took care of them. Like, but it's like bad
That's
wigs and
life.
all. I mean, I really, again, there's so much we could say about the world being chaotic. I mean, I try to pray for everybody. I try to pray for the Hispanics who are going through things. I always pray for my people first and foremost. Pray for us. Pray for Waffle House employees and just the world in general. Like, it's. I really one of the things I pray hardest about is I really want to wake up one day and just be in my own part of the world. Where I don't have to come in contact with none of y'all. I still do the podcast, but as
But you
long as
trying
I
to
can
go to
just
like
sit,
Costa Rica, Honduras,
man, go somewhere like Guam.
Guatemala?
Well, shit, I don't really care, man. I just
That's
hell
crazy. Just don't
the
get
island,
caught up.
the
Oh no, I
island
ain't
from
gonna say.
Laos. Oh man, shut up, man. I know you was about to go. No,
No, I was gonna
the
say.
Well, it's gonna be a passport, bro.
oh, I never. You know what? Don't even bring that up. Cause again, I ain't mad with nobody who do it. That's you. But again, I just feel I'm of the mindset of like at this age, I think of all the negative shit that come with it. These motherfuckers probably got something, or you know,
Mm-hmm.
you either can get robbed. I seen a plenty of stories on TikTok about men getting
Mm-hmm.
robbed or getting set
Listen.
up. And
Yeah.
it's a business down there. It's like
Oh yeah.
it's a part of the economy.
Yeah.
Like in since a lot of these countries, man, it's they already had a game set up, and then some, motherfuckers get down there, they get on the plane and be so horny, They need to get your own thing straight. I,
Yeah.
again, shout out to the passport bros. Again, I mean, if you like it, I love it. It ain't my cup of tea, but I know. Didn't you date a passport bro at one time?
Hold on,
Oh,
hold on. I ain't never dated no passport, bro. Okay, chill.
Or did you make somebody a passport bro?
No,
Mm.
I ain't got nothing to do with them.
I mean, you brought them up. But I was just I was just curious, Queen.
Hey, you tripping? We know my name.
Yeah,
Okay.
Queen.
it's in the name.
Man, I don't know if any of y'all. I do want to touch on this because with just the world being chaotic, I do feel like I want to speak my truth on this. And part of the reason I say the world is on fire and why, even though you try not to pay attention to stuff and think about it, it still like affects you. Because again, I said it was me going out of town, but really, it's been the last 3 or 4 weeks. My anxiety has just been through the fucking roof. I don't know what it just always seems like it's something, and it whether it's this thing could affect your family or hell, my close family, like the automation and just jobs leaving the country could have potentially affect a relative of mine. So I don't. So it affects you in some way. Thinking
Mhm.
about just it finds a way to touch you. And again, I don't know if you all have dealt with it or experienced it, but again, my anxiety has been through a fucking roof.
Yeah, man.
I think living in that constant state, we also don't realize that, you know, we have that anxiety. We stress about things so much we it doesn't feel like stress because that's the state we're always in all the time. Right. And then even those who, you know, depression that comes around, people don't, really know that they're depressed until they're working their way out of it. You just, functioning, hyper independence of functioning, just keep going. Cause that's what we're taught. We're taught from a young age. Keep going, keep trying, figure it out, make it work. And I think that's the other thing about like our culture. We are all like taught that way. And so the things that happen in life, we like, okay, yeah, gas is $5 everywhere or whatever. But like, we're like, well, we gonna figure out a way to get from point A to point B with, carpool, whatever, and do whatever. We're gonna be resourceful and figure it out, but our bodies, our mind have lived in that constant state. And I do like that our culture is, moving over to going into therapy, getting the medicine that we need, people with, bipolar, depression, anxiety, and getting those tools that we need. But back in the day it was like, I ain't going to no therapist, I ain't crazy, right? Versus we know, a lot of us know now, like we really do need to go to therapy. We do need the help, but that constant state of stress is, I think, something we just all, unfortunately, in our community
That's
wear on our
that's why
shoulders.
Shorty making all that money. She making paper right now. Doctor
Oh,
Yeah,
circling back to
Doctor.
old girl.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
she got to
Yeah,
be killing it because
yeah.
Cause no, and
with
then
mental health space.
nobody actually questioned her credentials until like now. Cause I think she used to be on one of the shows, Basketball Wives or something as a friend.
Hmm?
I
Oh,
wish
really?
yeah, she was on like one of the but she wasn't on there, like, long. She just kinda,
She was just like
was
a
a
guest
extra,
character.
yeah, extra
Yeah.
guest, like, "Oh, this is my friend," and, she did a couple episodes and stuff like that kinda back in the day. She wasn't on, like, I wanna say recently within the last 5 or some years, but I wanna say it was, like, Basketball Wives LA or something way in the back when they had that,
Hmm.
and then she just kinda was around that
Yeah.
scene, came up, cause back then her name was just Cheyenne, and then
Oh
I don't know where the
hell
doctor part
no.
came from. You see, you
Cause
done Google it.
man, this picture of her in this swimsuit shit. Look at for what she is. Like she fine. Like girl,
I'm
if you in
dead.
the foreplay, even if you ain't a doctor, I'll call you a doctor. Like what's good?
I'm
Yeah.
dead.
Whatever you say, Doc.
Man,
But
hey,
that lady ain't
she
nothing but a
look.
life coach. She don't have
Hey,
no dang
credentials.
doctor. Yeah, none of it. And
Yeah.
I questioned that a while back before people started questioning. I was like, Because I remember her just being named Cheyenne, and then all of a sudden, doctor was put on the front of it, and of course, people go to school, whatever, but I just never looked in depth, and now everybody questioning it, she just don't have the answer. "Ma'am, you are a life coach, just say that.
And
That's
that's
fine."
perfectly fine. You can make money off
And
that.
Right,
right,
and
and
she
I
can, because
support
she's
that.
gonna
I
still make
support
the
her.
money. Because it's
Yeah.
not like she say anything particularly dumb. She's saying more dumb things now about her doctorate than anything she said. Like, people actually agree to some of the things that she has said over time. She make really good, valid points in a lot of the
Yeah.
things that she's saying when she go on shows. But now you sound dumb because this whole doctor thing, like,
Mm.
I think she knew she fucked up when she was. I can't remember what show it was on. No, it wasn't The Breakfast Club because she had already said this. It was like the very first interview she said when she was questioned about it. She said that just it was when they asked her about being board certified or something, or having some certification or something
yeah,
that
she was like she
she
can't
didn't have
diagnose
to.
people or something. Yeah,
Yeah, or that she didn't have to. The only reason you had to have a license, they were saying, like, you don't have a license to work in therapy
diagnose
or
people.
diagnose
Yeah,
people, and she said all that, dictates is me not being able to bill insurance.
insurance. Yeah,
And I'm like, "No, that's a license does more, like, you are held accountable by, like, a state board and shit like that, and
Mhm.
your, patients can have somebody to complain to, but
hmm,
if you're not affiliated with the board, they can't regulate that shit if you don't have a
right.
license. It's kinda like, like you have to have a driver's license to drive, kinda like they can't all they can do is just fine you, and what else can they do? Like, they can eventually I mean, if you keep getting caught enough, you can probably get some jail time, but yeah, again, Imma be completely honest. My honest truth about this matter is I don't give a fuck. Like, I
Yeah.
don't care if she's a doctor. I don't care. She ain't my damn therapist. Like,
Right.
So I don't care.
I think the
And then,
thing about that is all of what it takes to get there, right? And
yeah,
I think that's the major part of when you become a doctor. It's the levels of how much work you have to put in to get it. That's just like a surgeon. That's if we was like, I'm a surgical doctor and I work at such and such hospital. They what was that one dude? He was on social media. He was called Doctor Love, right? Back in the day, he was like a fake doctor. He got away with it for years, and he went to jail. He went to jail over it,
No.
but he was practicing like a real doctor and like, you know, prescribing stuff and just doing all that. And so, but it's the fact that it takes, what, 8+ years to get here. You have to write this long dissertation, and then you have to get certified. All the hours you have to put in. I think that's the major part where she's also being very dismissive of that part where people like, hey, I put two, especially black women and black, you end up seeing the black men that come out like these black women put in so much work to become a doctor, have their doctorate, and she just like, yeah, I got it, but there's no proof of
Right.
it.
I
Mhm.
mean, shit. Even if she don't, she can always go back to basketball watch. But this picture, I done had this picture up for 5 minutes. I'm like, shit, I know exactly where she at in Vegas on this picture too. Like,
I am dead. Cause
man,
she's
Crazy.
a pretty woman. That's the other thing. She's a pretty woman. That's what I think is another reason she kind of got away with it for so long. She's a pretty woman that talks. She's smart. She can talk the
baby, I
talk.
believe you. I believe you. Whatever you say you got, I believe you. I ain't even
Mhm.
Listen, and she
me.
bringing in the money. She bringing in the checks. That's she like I'm getting
Shit.
paid.
I ain't worried about the money. I don't need her to buy me nothing. Shit, I don't need the money. I just need anyway. I just respectfully, she she
Yes.
she definitely she definitely is. Has caught my attention. Again, I'm pro Dr. Brian. I'm gonna go get me a shirt made with
Put
this
that on the
picture on.
t-shirt.
Man,
Pro Dr. Bryant.
I'm gonna shit. She got me ready to go on after seeing this picture. Shit, I'm going threads and just argue with people. Like, what you say about her, nigga? Pull up then. Shit, I go to war with mine.
For yours. It's
Shit.
Absolutely
crazy.
did.
Man, shit. I don't know. Is she, Christina, would you say she's the female Kevin Samuels?
Yep. Mhm.
Somebody
Mhm.
said that, and I was wondering.
There
I
it
was like,
is.
oh, she, yeah, yeah.
I saw a little bit of
Again,
her segment on Cam Newton show. I ain't see the whole. I didn't see the whole episode, but I did see a couple of clips of
you
it. You know.
you know the one thing she's into it with Corey Holcomb bad. Like Corey Holcomb and her
Corey
Oh.
like
Holcomb talk
stable.
crazy to everybody, man. Every female, any
Yeah.
woman, he talk crazy about any woman. It doesn't matter. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been back and forth with her they've been going at it for years. Like it's I won't say years, but I know of the last 2 years I've seen, the back and forth videos. It's been yeah. I mean, it's been a lot between them two. But and that's what when you said the Cam interview, that's what kind of sparked my memory because Corey Holcomb had just did Cam's show maybe like maybe a month after because he kept referencing the interview.
Mm.
Like why was he giving her these, cupcake questions or like, agreeing with her, not standing up for men, just letting her she was real reckless, as he was saying. But then he also brought up because she did an interview with I know she did the interview with Cam. I think she did one with Nick Cannon
Shannon
and then
Sharp,
the
I think.
Shannon Sharp. Yeah, I'm sorry. It was Shannon
Yeah.
Sharp. And the
Yeah.
one where Corey references where she got shut down, in which I did go out and watch the episode. Now I don't like this motherfucker, but Paul Pierce really like. If you watch the Paul Pierce interview he did with her, that was like the first interview I ever seen her flustered and not
Really.
able to.
Mm.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah, Paul Pierce kind of like really shut down a lot of the shit she was trying to get off and say, not in a disrespectful manner from what I
Yeah.
saw. I mean but when he got his turn to talk, he was very at ease, but like real direct, and you know, I guess that threw her off. But
Is it that After Hours podcast or whatever that he has with
I
that?
I believe yeah, it was a girl. It was another girl he was hosting with.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I ain't just following
No,
no
I
Paul
got you.
Pierce show. Yeah, some shit just had to pop up because that's your boy. I don't fuck with him.
Yeah, he a Celtic, man. That's all.
Yeah, he'll sort
Don't
to
nobody like the Celtics.
Oh,
nobody except
nobody?
unless,
Nobody.
That's
I
kind of a
said
broad
what I
stroke.
said.
You
The
mean
queen
nobody
has
on this
spoken.
podcast? On this
The queen
podcast.
has spoken.
That's crazy. Nobody.
you know, one thing that I do want to talk about, and just in terms of wrapping up the show. I mean, we do talk a lot about sneaker culture, and we could go into how the world being chaotic like affects shoe sales because, as we've noticed, nothing is sold out. But
Mhm.
just with that being said, I mean, do you feel like that there's anybody that truly enjoys life right now? It seems like everybody got some shit going
Hmm.
I don't think so. Because I think even um, our age group, obviously we feel like we've gone through so much and the age group above us. But I think even those that are a little bit older that are more, somewhat more comfortable and set in life, their panic is I've got this far in maybe corporate America or something like that. And like, what if I get laid off tomorrow? Right. And
on.
XYZ, people have built these lives and it's anything can happen to anybody come tomorrow, it seems like, versus like we kind of knew, but they're willing to let everything crash and burn. All these companies are willing to do layoffs for almost any level of management to bottom line that nobody's safe, you know, come tomorrow, realistically.
Yeah.
Mm,
I liken that to think about that with like my staff. I have high school kids, college kids, and then I have adults. And then so my high school kids, they're worried about, graduating. I got to graduate. Okay, what am I do after graduate? Am I going to go to college? Then I have some that going to. I have one particular kid. He's going to trade school, which is awesome, which is great. And then I was talking to him. I was talking to him the other day, and he's about to graduate, and he was talking about going to trade school. I said that's great. I asked him when. We was talking about scheduling and whatnot, and he's going from high school straight to trade school, like maybe a 2 week break. And he was like, I got to get into trade school, because I got to get, this knowledge. I got to go to school because I don't want to fall behind, so I can get a job. And then you got the people that are, already in college and they are taking meetings and Zoom calls and things that are in their field and in their major. So they're always on 10 trying to get that taken care of. And then I have people that work with me that JD is their second job. And then they doing doubles at, they might be like working at, nursing homes or things like that. So they doing doubles and then
Hmm.
coming to JD and it's crazy out there, man. Like for real, it's crazy out there. And I see it on all levels, high school, college, and
Mhm.
people that are in the workforce, have kids, and JD is their second job, just trying to supplement that income. It's crazy.
This really ain't the economy to be single in.
No. I'm so
Nah.
happy
Mm-mm.
Shit,
that
Christina,
I
what's
am.
up? What you got going? We could probably make it together. I mean, we don't gotta. We can sleep in separate rooms. I don't care about
With
that.
roommates.
Roommates.
Shit, half on rent, like some, because this shit is. It really is. I can't think of anybody that I know that doesn't have like a true single person, with the exception of certain queens that that don't have like a laid out second job. Like you
Hmm.
have to. It, it's
Mhm.
it's crazy. I don't know anybody like you. Literally, not even you used to have a second job to try to get ahead. To think like,
Mhm.
okay, I'm gonna stack this money. This is a part where you have to have a second job. It's a necessity. You
Mhm.
really can't be without you know a second job
Mhm.
unless even people who have really good jobs. Like I'm talking about close to six figures or six figure jobs are
Mhm.
struggling as single
Yeah, I think
people.
they're starting to say right at 100K is almost it's not really middle class. It's like low middle class, right? Like
Even
That's
if
for one
like
crazy.
person, even then, yeah. And
six figures,
is
like I said, ain't what it used to be.
I even had talked to my friend today. She was like, "Oh, I'm looking for some contract work." She makes six figures, and she looking for contract work. But also, her company has been laying people off, so she like, "Hey, I gotta find something.
To stack
Hmm.
One, just
money.
in case, but I gotta find something to have on the side to, keep me afloat if layoffs keep coming." So
Yeah.
I get it, and the economy is not the same. Jobs aren't remote anymore as much as they used to be. Um, I'm thankful I still work remote, but of course, these companies like, hey, we want you in office. That hybrid is out the window, and then people who are like, well, I don't want to come in the office. They're like, okay, cool, you're no longer with the company, and that's the type of layoffs that they're doing basically voluntary, layoffs. They don't have to pay a severance pay because you're quitting. So that's the other thing of that's how these big companies doing layoffs of like mandatory return back to the office, and then people like, well, I moved across the country or I'm living in different cities. It's gonna take me 2 hours to get to work every day, and they're like, no. But then you like, do I stay or do I go? You can't find a remote job, or you gotta try to find something closer. And jobs are just not hiring as fast.
That's why I always say, even if you don't need it, get that FMLA paperwork in. Take a break on that.
Listen.
Take that stress leave.
Mhm.
Get that shit stretched out. Keep that FMLA paperwork on file. Update
Mhm.
it. You have to update it every year. Like, cause shit, hey, you ain't about to fire me. You know, on Yu-Gi-Oh, when that surprise card used to come up, when they that's the exact trump card. Like, no, I'm gonna take a leave of absence. I'm gonna
Mhm.
go ahead,
Mhm.
reach out that. I catch y'all in 6 months. We can talk about it later. Like, let me get this short term disability.
Sure enough.
Man, but it's crazy how, you know, we just in this shit cycle to where that shit for a little bit. And I don't want to get political, but for a few years after COVID, like shit seemed like it was okay, calming down. We knew it was a different world, but it seemed kind of normal. And I mean, coincidence, we have fuck shit back in the White House and shit just seemed chaotic. Like you don't know what the fuck going on. It's kind of like when you at school and you have a substitute teacher. You don't give a fuck what a substitute teacher saying. Like, you know, they don't know what the fuck they talking about. They just here for a day. But like, who's really in charge?
Mhm.
Like,
Oh, the rest of the world looking at us like,
Mhm.
it's crazy. You just waiting for a real teacher to show up. Like, I
Yeah.
don't,
Yep.
I don't. I've seen some real crazy beefs in my lifetime. I've seen some hood beefs. I've seen some celebrity beefs. But like, our president got a beef with the Pope. The fucking Pope. You don't see the shit that he's saying to the Pope?
I was out.
Real quick. But yeah, again, we apologize for that technical difficulty. Not sure what's going on tonight. Maybe again, I don't know. Maybe we're getting kicked out of the club. But either way, I don't know. Maybe we've been in the studio too long. One
Either
thing that
which
I do
way.
one thing that I do want to touch on before we get out of here is um Drake's album come out tonight, I believe.
I don't care.
Yay.
I
I don't
mean, are
care.
y'all gonna give it a chance?
I'll listen. I'll give it a
I'll
spin once.
listen. Right. That's it. I ain't got no
I,
more time since I work from home, but still, I'm not a Drake fan. Just and it before the whole beef thing. Drake music just have not been my taste. I like a couple, his bops and stuff like that. I give him, he got some lyrics, but I'm just not a Drake fan like that where I feel like I can sit and like I'll be like, oh, that album was great. I
I don't
just don't
know
have that.
because nothing was
I
the
like old
same.
Drake. I
Was
ain't gonna fake. I like old Drake. His
man,
last maybe 2, 3, I haven't really connected with, but I give it a spin, see what's up.
nothing was the same. Was nice. I mean, Take Care was cool. I like Take Care. Um, but yeah, Views was a little bit of a disappointment for me, but it's still overall a good album. I mean, we'll see. I'm definitely, I'm a music head. I'm gonna give it a chance. Because I want to see what he got to say. Like, is he gonna respond to these people? Is he gonna
Sounds like he
respond?
is
I
responding
mean,
to LeBron, Kendrick.
he
Taking
can't
shots
respond.
at
He
not
got LeBron
respond to
tattooed on him, so I can't take
right.
that
So it ain't
serious.
a whole lot you can say, but he is
Yeah.
taking shots from what I stuff on social saying he taking shots at LeBron.
I already know if he taking shots. I know ASAP gonna catch a spray because Drake he done knocked
Yeah,
up the love of that nigga life multiple times, so he gonna
man,
catch
move
straight.
on, bro.
I mean, like who likes you? He really didn't
Yes,
like you.
hey, that's my motto.
Yeah. Did y'all see that Kendrick GNX album's not on Apple Music or Title right now? Not Like Us is
What?
not yeah,
They took it down.
for like a couple days. Like I think about 2, 3 days ago. It's taken down. Wow.
That's a coincidence.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I mean, of all the
Mhm.
times for that shit to go off Drake album dropping this week, did they hit
Mhm.
him with some type of injunction or something? Where is that like, hey, um, we got to hold off for a week?
Mhm.
Drake said he wasn't gonna let us get his album unless we took yours
Right.
off
You
for.
gotta think about people who probably like, oh, Drake album dropping, so let's go listen to Kendrick
Automatically
to
gonna
mess
bring
up
up
the shit.
Kendrick in their mind. Yes,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
automatically, and he gonna get a little boost from that.
Mm-hmm.
So I
I
don't
know
know.
that.
Like Drake done been a little too quiet for me. Used to Drake putting out. He has like he'll put the big album out that's been alluded to for a year or two, And then within that, we'll get some compilations, some mixtapes, but it always has new material on it, like
Mhm.
which you know I just didn't see this cycle. I mean, he did drop the album. He dropped the album with, who did he drop the album with last year? It was somebody.
Future or somebody?
No, it wasn't Future.
Oh, okay.
I know he dropped the album with it was somebody I feel like he signed. Um, now I'm definitely looking it up because I feel dumb for not knowing this.
Yeah, I don't know.
It,
No, he went on tour
for
with J.
all
Cole.
the dog. No, it wasn't for all the dogs. Wait, because that was his last one. Let me see, compilation albums or I don't know, but it's yeah, he got too much shit. Out. Oh, play with Party Next Door. That album,
Mm.
some
Oh,
sexy
okay.
songs for you. Yeah, it was gonna bother me, but yeah, he got an album with Party Next Door that dropped on Valentine's Day of last year, 2025. So knew he had put something out, but it wasn't. It didn't really do too much of anything like that of significance for me. So, but yeah, once we listen to it, that's something we can definitely get into it next week. Just for the heads up, everybody, we got a couple of new things coming out just in terms of um episodes. We'll be putting out a little bit more content for the next few weeks just because we got a couple of different guests lined up. So
You know, the
again, as
WNBA done
always,
started up.
yeah, so I know we definitely gotta do something. We gotta get Brittany on and talk about that. You know, she's pretty much a diehard WNBA fan. Again, I'm not as diehard. I do keep up with it. But yeah, we definitely want to have our experts or our team people a part of our team here that do watch it extensively to be a part of it. I know Chris has some things that he's working on that we are going to line up for his side episodes. We got a lot planned for just this summer. So again, please keep the support going. We really appreciate every single stream. Um, other than that, y'all be easy. Enjoy your week. We will catch y'all next week.
Later.
Peace.